Lawyers for a decorated Air Force veteran demand justice. They say he was assaulted, kicked off the Air Force base over the use of the word God in a patriotic speech. Retired Sergeant Oscar Rodriguez, Jr. tried to deliver a flag-folding speech at a retirement ceremony on Travis Air Force Base near Sacramento. Watch as uniformed airmen physically drag him off. He claims he was kicked off the base because his speech included the word God. Ken Klukoski, Senior Counsel for First Liberty, the law firm representing Sergeant Rodriguez, is here tonight. So why was he so forcibly removed from this private retirement ceremony?
Well, Brian, the lieutenant commander who commands the squadron from which this other man was retiring, a man who had heard Mr. Rodriguez give his speech before, asked, "Can you please give those remarks at my retirement speech?" When this commanding officer found out, he made it clear that he did not want those remarks said. They were even putting up warning signs saying, "Warning, God will be mentioned during this speech." But nonetheless, it is a retiree's prerogative as to what they want in their retirement ceremony. Mr. Rodriguez is retired after 33 years of honorable service. He's a decorated veteran. He was there as a private citizen, along with many other private citizens. At the appointed time, he took his position. He started to give his speech, and 4 uniformed airmen seized him and forcibly dragged him out as he was given his speech.
So the Constitution protects our rights to freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of conscience. How can the U.S. Air Force do this?
Well, and the Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. When a government agent grabs you, they better have an arrest warrant or some sort of special circumstances. There's also a Fifth Amendment issue here. The bottom line is, under the U.S. Constitution, they can't. There's also federal statutes like the Religious Freedom Restoration Act and other federal laws that are implicated by this. This is just flatly illegal any way you look at it, and thank God we have this video, so there's no question as to what the facts were on the day in question.
What is the reaction from the Air Force? Has there been any?
Their reaction is forthcoming at this point. In fact, we've seen 2 separate one-sentence statements that contradict each other. One saying that he was given an unapproved speech, and therefore that could not happen. But also a separate spokesman from a different unit said that that private speech is allowed at these events, including religious references. So on Monday, First Liberty sent a demand letter to the U.S. Air Force reciting the facts, listing the provisions of the U.S. Constitution and federal law that had been violated. We are giving them until Monday to issue a formal written apology, to acknowledge their unlawful behavior, to give a written promise that Mr. Rodriguez can return at any time on the base to engage in constitutionally protected speech, and to hold accountable and appropriately punish those responsible for this. If they don't meet all of those requirements by Monday, then we'll have to take the next step.
Putting it on them.
The facts are at firstliberty.org. If your viewers want to check it out and see the video, you really can't make this stuff up, Brian.
I saw the video. Firstliberty.org. Ken Klukoski, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
And finally tonight.